Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video. As you can see, I have a full 6x12 page here, and I have another photo that is from the Magic Gardens in Philly. It is very busy. If you watched one of the previous videos, you know everything is done in mosaic. This was just so enchanting. I absolutely loved the pattern. And I think this was just on a sidewall, if I remember correctly. So I wanted to blow it up, put on the metallic finish, and really showcase it. Now I have picked out this mosaic paper, but I know I can't put those on top of each other. That's just too much busyness. So my plan is to mat it, probably just an eighth to a quarter, we'll see, in a cream cardstock because there is that color in there, and this is actually cream. I'm not sure how well the camera picks that up. Let's look. It's not white, it's an off-white. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. However, beyond that, I got nothing. I don't know what else to do with this. And then, as a side note, this is what's going on the other side. I'm using the other half of that paper with this photo. I have picked out one little embellishment that I think I want to use. That's all I've got for that. If I can get through this one fairly quickly, I may do this one too since they're back to back. But we'll see how this one goes as to whether I get to that one or not. When I went into my cardstock stash, I was surprised to find I was looking more for a very light cream color. I cannot believe I don't have that. I have little scraps of it, but not enough to mat a photo of this size. So shame on me for letting my stock get that low. I will have to replenish. What I did find was this. This is a lot more like vanilla ice creamy color than what I thought. But when I hold it up to this, it's not bad. I think it's a little darker than what's here, but it's not horrible. It definitely will bring out these colors here, but it's almost too close of a match. But since I don't have anything else, I think I have to use it. I may do some inking in brown around the edges since I've got that, or I have a color called Cajun Craze that's kind of between this color and brown. I may do that just to make more distinction between all of this, but we'll see. I'll cut this first and then I'll go from there. So there you can see it with the mat. I decided to go just a hair over an eighth, not quite a fourth, but a hair over an eighth, so that if I ink it, it still gives enough of a border where it matters, so to speak. So I have that. And then I pulled out both of these inks. This was the Cajun Craze one I mentioned, and when I look at it, it feels too dark. This would probably be the next closest, Tangerine Tango, which maybe looks a hair too light. I'm not sure. I'm going to try them on a test piece of paper and just see what I think as to which one will be the best match. All right, here is my test piece, and hopefully you can see there is quite a difference there. This top one is the Cajun Craze, the bottom one is the Tangerine Tango, and the Tangerine is definitely the better option. Hopefully you can tell when I go like that, you can see, yeah, definitely this one. So I think I am going to ink around the edges with that, so I will adhere the photo first to the mat, then I will ink. Now, normally when I would ink a mat like this, I would go with a very light hand just to have a nice little shadow of ink. But because I need good separation here between the busy photo and the mat and this paper, I decided to go with a heavier hand. So you can see I've gotten pretty thick ink around the edges, which is what I want, because hopefully when I lay it down, it will pop out. Yes, that's what I wanted. I can see that the edges right here actually are not quite dry yet. So I don't want to do anything with it or permanently place it down until it's dry. And then I'm kind of still in trouble because I don't know what else to do with this. I probably should have thought it through as to what embellishments I have. They're in these colors. I do have some orangey tangerine things, but not a lot. And I have no idea what they say or what they look like. But maybe I'll start with that to see what I can find. I could go brown or black if I had to. Maybe even gold would work because of the cream tone, but I'll start looking and see what I find. When I went looking through my stash of miscellaneous phrases, I found this one. It's very gold, but it says awesome, and this was awesome to me. So I love that I could possibly use that. It is a white background, which normally I don't like to mix white and cream too much, but here I think it's okay because there are some white pieces in there if you look through the photo. And then I thought, well, that doesn't look good to put that right on there. But I have this little test strip. The ink really didn't come through too much on the other side except right there. I could ink this all the way around in the same tangerine color and then place it over like that, and it gives it some added dimension, I think, and then you'll see that color matching peek out just like here. So I'm kind of digging that idea. I think I'm going to do that next. All right, well, I did find some darker orangey things in my stash. I found lighter orange easier, but those don't go. So some darker orange. I also have some miscellaneous phrases over here that I'm willing to look through because I have kind of a color that would work here. I mean, obviously this phrase doesn't work, but there might be something else in there that would be good. But I'm going to start with these because this shade is pretty close. And I like this one actually that says, "Be brave, take risks," because this is not typical art when someone says, "I'm going to go to an art museum." This may not be what you think, but it's definitely art. So I like the idea of that. I also have this camera that has that color in it. There's a heart here. This doesn't really work. Yeah, so it's probably just this phrase and the camera and maybe the hearts. I kind of like this one, but it's got a dark blue in it, and I don't know if it's enough to bring that out. I don't know, and I'm not sure how I feel about that phrase, but I'll save it because there are definitely things on here I could use. I also found just this little circle, and I could definitely stamp something in there. And then I found these stickers from Allie Edwards. And similar to the other sheet, I have a camera and a heart. I don't know that I would use the glasses unless I wanted a theme of like, oh, I'm looking at art. I don't know that that would come through well enough. So not sure about that, but these two might be an option. All right, there we have it with the strip on there and the part that says awesome. That's ready to go. As a side note though, I feel like this took a really long time to dry, and it says it's dye based, and their inks, to my knowledge, have always been dye based. Isn't dye ink supposed to dry faster than pigment? It just felt like this was really juicy. This is a newer one. I have a lot of their older style ink pads before they switched to the new format a few years ago. And I feel like these are much juicier and they don't dry as quickly. And granted, I did put ink on here pretty heavily, but I'm still surprised by how long it took to dry. If you use their inks, have you had that experience too? Or is it just me? Let me know. In any case, I have that going now. And now it's time to move on to these embellishment options and see what I can create here. I did apply the stickers. I used this one, the Be Brave one, and then I did the camera. I'm happy with both of those. And I got excited because I thought, oh, I can do blue hearts, like 2 up here, 1 down here, make a visual triangle, all that. Nope, I only have 1. I thought I had more. And I don't want to do it if I only have 1, really, I think. But I might be able to mix that up with something because I pulled out these little chipboard hearts I have, and I have these which have the navy speckles on them. Plus there's just a tiny hint of gray there. I kind of like that idea given that this is a mosaic and everything is pieced together. So I like that one. There's another one there, so I could make 3 that way. But I also have these pieces, and I thought I saw that I had a navy one in here, not just this blue, and that's way too big anyway. But, oh, right there. So that one I might be able to use and get away with it. So I'm just going to play around with it and make some kind of combination that I like. I think I've decided that I'm going to use this one, which is the smaller one, this one, which is a larger, kind of the medium size. There's really no gray stripe in it like that, but I like it just the same. And then I will also use this solid blue heart probably up here somewhere, or maybe here, just to bring in blue. And then I have 3 elements. There'll be 1, 2, 3. All right, I have attached all of the hearts. The sticker was pretty easy. These, I have to say, I don't remember where I got these, but they have backing on them. Like they should be self-adhesive, and they come off, and there is a little bit of some kind of adhesive there, but I think these are so old, they must have dried out because they would not stick. I had to actually use my multi-glue to stick them on, but now that they're there, it's fine, and I'm really pleased with how this came out. Given the length of this video, I'm not going to have time to do the other side on camera, but at least I got this one done. And I'm getting closer and closer to finishing this album. So here's another one done for Philly. Thanks for watching.